Who says villains have to be unlikable? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Villanelle moments from Killing Eve. For this list, we're looking at the best and most memorable moments involving everyone's favorite Russian assassin across the show's first 2 seasons. Beware, there are major spoilers ahead. Number 10, Nicos' mustache.
He's just trying to get Eve's attention, but she does not care about your life at all, does she?
This is the first time Nicos sees Villanelle and actually knows who she is, after bumping into her in the previous season, and it's far from a friendly meeting. He's accompanying some kids on a field trip to Oxford when she arrives to taunt him about how she's now working with Eve. But typically for her, she takes a few childish cheap shots.
Nico, we're colleagues. Besides, I've been stabbed before. I know what it's like when you're in the moment.
One of the most memorable of these is when she makes fun of his appearance, saying he looks like someone stuck a mustache on some fudge.
You look like someone stuck a mustache on some fudge.
Things could have taken a nasty turn when he tries to attack her, but V remains unfazed.
So nice to finally meet you. Smell you later.
Number 9, Gabrielle's parents.
What happened to you, Gabrielle?
Accident.
Recovering from her stab wound, Villanelle ends up sharing a hospital ward with a teenage boy, Gabrielle, whose parents have just tragically died in a car accident.
Do your parents have any money? Are they coming to visit today?
He died in the accident.
It's not helpful to me, Gabrielle.
Villanelle being Villanelle, she lacks any empathy for him whatsoever, only focusing on how he can help her to steal some drugs and escape before the police or the 12 find her. She makes fun of him more than once for his parents being dead, most notably when he tells her that she snores.
You snore, you know.
Yeah. Well, your parents are dead.
Of course, this is nothing on how Gabrielle's story ends when she feigns sympathy and breaks his neck. Number 8, Suitcase. It says a lot about what a good character Villanelle is when one of her best moments is a scene she isn't physically present in. After stealing Eve's suitcase on a trip to Berlin, Villanelle takes it upon herself to replace its contents with expensive designer clothes, and then sends it back to Eve's house in London. It's such a good moment because she's proving to Eve that she knows not just her name, but also her address after she already callously killed Bill in the previous episode. And the bottle of perfume is how Eve finally learns what her adversary is called. Number 7, Billy.
I like orange chocolate.
It's disgusting.
Okay.
Spit it out.
She has taken on many different personas and characters throughout the show's many episodes, but none as long-lived as Billy, the American alias she uses to get close to Aaron Peel and his sister.
You read all these?
The loo's that way. Try not to be too nosy on your way back.
She has quite a few good scenes in character as Billy, including her first meeting with Aaron that ends with her hitting him in the face with a book, breaking his nose.
My dad taught me that there is only one way to communicate with a bully.
I see. And what was his advice?
Not to mention the pasta scene that famously almost killed Jodie Comer as she tried to eat it. In these instances, it's hard to tell where Billy ends and Villanelle begins.
There's something about the way you are
Is it good?
that makes me.
It's amazing.
Number 6, Killing Julian.
Don't think I haven't noticed. Playing the innocent, batting your eyelashes, getting me to wait on your hand and foot, feed you, look after you, give you everything you want. And what do I get? What do I get? Nothing!
As a professional assassin, Villanelle pretty much kills at least one person in every episode. But perhaps the most memorable of these is when her amateur captor gets his just desserts.
What must you think of me?
I think you're going to bleed to death.
What?
After having vital antibiotics stolen from her, she manipulates Julian into letting her stay at his incredibly creepy, doll-filled house. Since she's yet to recover from her injury, she struggles to fight back and find a way to escape, until finally snapping. It's not the way she kills him that stands out, but what she does to his body, as Eve and MI5 arrive to find him dead in a stairlift with a toilet brush in his mouth. Number 5. Bored.
I have real trouble telling the truth.
In order to get close to Amber Peel, Villanelle must attend AA meetings as Billy. But there's just one problem. The other people at the meeting can see right through her and know she's lying.
Most of the time, most days, I feel nothing.
She's left with no option but to speak from whatever heart she has left. And we're treated to a rare insight into her psyche.
It is so boring. I wake up and I think again, really? I have to do this again?
With Eve listening through a hidden microphone all the while, Villanelle monologues about how she's completely numb and doesn't feel anything.
No matter what I do, I don't feel anything. I hurt myself, it doesn't hurt. I buy what I want, I don't want it. I do what I like, I don't like it.
She can't even tell when she's lying or telling the truth. And none of the material possessions she seems to cherish means anything to her.
I'm just so bored.
Number 4. Psychopath.
Don't run.
Villanelle breaks into Eve's house, and after a brief scuffle where Eve understandably worries that she's about to die, V requests that they have dinner together.
Stop it! I just want to have dinner with you!
During this tense meal, Villanelle tries to convince Eve that she's being manipulated, and she doesn't want to kill or hurt anybody at all.
I need help. Eve, please, I am so sorry. Bullshit.
It seems like Eve is buying it for a moment, but she ultimately figures that V is a liar and tells her she knows she's a psychopath.
I know you're a psychopath.
Villanelle says that calling a psychopath can upset them, fake crying and pouting a little until it becomes clear that she doesn't actually care at all.
You should never tell a psychopath they are a psychopath. It upsets them.
Are you upset?
Number 3. The pink dress.
Thank you for making such an effort, Villanelle.
She's worn no shortage of iconic costumes to show off her fashion sense and the designer brands she can afford, but none is as memorable as the pink dress from the second episode.
There are concerns about your state of mind.
Okay.
Villanelle wears this elaborate outfit to her own psychological evaluation, where she delivers one of her best lines as she opens up to her shrink about the details of her period.
Have you been feeling any anxieties or stress recently?
I had quite a heavy period last week, but other than that, I think I'm okay.
Unfortunately for her, her efforts are in vain, because they decide she's not fit to do her next job because she's too distracted. Or maybe the big pink ball gown had something to do with it.
It's my mother. I'm joking. My mother has really thin, shitty hair.
Number 2. Killing Eve. The show's title finally comes to fruition in the gripping season 2 finale.
Why didn't you shoot Raymond?
You had it under control.
After manipulating Eve into killing Raymond, Villanelle reveals that she had a gun all along, and Eve didn't need to kill anybody at all.
You're ruining the moment.
What do you think is happening here?
They argue, Eve claiming she isn't frightened of Villanelle anymore and trying to leave and go home.
You want me to be a mess. You want me to be scared. But I'm like you now. I'm not afraid of anything.
Unhappy about this, V shoots Eve in the gut, the same place where she was stabbed in season 1, and leaves her for dead in some Roman ruins. It's unlikely the show would actually kill off Eve, we hope, but we'll still have to wait until season 3 to find out what happens next. If I have learned anything from this list, it's that the acting on this show is next level. And also that I should always stay up to date on shows I care about, because otherwise I will have to read a list on the top moments and spoil it for myself. But anyway, what could possibly be Villanelle's greatest moment on Killing Eve so far? Let's see some honorable mentions and then we'll find out.
Sembra che mia moglie abbia un vestito così.
Wow, you look amazing. Can I take a picture of you for my Instagram?
No. No, of course not. Don't be pathetic. Get a real life.
J'ai de bonnes nouvelles. L'état de votre mari s'améliore.
Oh. Vous êtes sûre?
This is so boring!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Take me to the hole.
I could have shot you. In England, I could have shot you, but I didn't.
Eve discovers that Villanelle was held in a prison in Moscow for 5 years, and it's to this prison that she returns to tie up a few loose ends. Namely, that her old flame Nadia survived her last murder attempt.
Are you going to kill me? No.
While it looks for a moment that V is sympathetic, this is far from the truth.
How?
This, I guess.
And she brutally stabs Nadia. When the guards break in, they find her covered in blood and holding a knife, ready and willing to be taken to solitary confinement. This moment proves the lengths she's willing to go to do her job, and that she doesn't think twice about killing someone, no matter how close they once were. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.